Once upon a time, nestled in a quiet valley, there was a small town where people believed that time itself controlled their lives. At the very heart of this town stood a magnificent, tall clock tower. For as long as anyone could remember, generations of townspeople had lived their lives by its steady, rhythmic ticking. They trusted the grand old clock far more than their own pocket watches or the sun in the sky. A curious and observant young boy named Leo walked past this clock tower every single day on his way to school. He loved watching the giant hands sweep across its face, marking the moments of his life. But one sunny afternoon, as he glanced up, he noticed something incredibly strange. The hands were frozen. The clock had stopped. Leo's heart pounded in his chest. He raced through the cobblestone streets to find the town elders, his breath coming in short gasps. The clock has stopped, he warned them, his eyes wide with urgency. The elders, however, simply smiled down at him with gentle, knowing expressions. "Don't you worry, young Leo," one of them said, patting his head. "That clock has never failed us, and it never will." But days began to pass, and the silent clock tower loomed over a town slowly unraveling. People started missing their trains, arriving flustered at the empty station. Important meetings started hours late, with attendees trickling in at all different times. Shops opened and closed at the wrong hours, confusing customers and causing frustration. Slowly but surely, a quiet chaos spread through the town like a fog. Everyone started blaming each other for the mix-ups and missed appointments. But not a single person thought to blame the clock. It was unthinkable. Leo couldn't stand it. He saw the confusion and the arguments, and he knew the source of it all. So, one clear, quiet night, when the moon was high and the streets were empty, he made a brave decision. He began to climb the old winding stairs of the clock tower. When he reached the top and pushed open the heavy door to the clock's inner workings, he discovered the truth. The clock wasn't broken at all. It was locked. He found a heavy, rusted padlock on the main gear. A forgotten note lay beside it, revealing that long ago, someone had locked the clock, believing that time should stand still, that nothing should ever change. With all his might, Leo found a way to break the old lock. With a loud clank, the gears shuddered and then began to move again. The familiar, comforting ticking sound returned, echoing out over the sleeping town. The next morning, as the sun rose, life slowly but surely returned to normal. People heard the clock's chimes and recalibrated their lives. A wave of relief washed over the town, and in that moment, they finally understood something profoundly important. They hadn't really lost time. They had lost their awareness. This story teaches us that sometimes problems don't grow because they are impossibly big, but because we become too comfortable and no one dares to look closely enough to see the simple truth. It's a reminder to never follow anything blindly, because awareness, just like Leo's, can make all the difference. For more fun and meaningful stories like this one, make sure to follow Magic Mix Stories. Thanks for watching.